Hey guys, it's Yumi Bean. This video is actually gonna be a story time. I'm gonna be doing, I guess that's what it's called, a segment. Story time. And this one is kind of scary. When I was really young, I would say maybe it was like 10. So this was a night before my 5th grade field trip. We were gonna go to, I think we went to SeaWorld or Busch Gardens. I don't remember which one it was, so long ago. And then we were gonna go to Medieval Times. So the night before I slept, I was so hyped, so, like how a 9-year-old gets is I want to sleep, blah, 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 all that. I couldn't sleep, so my mom was out that night with me and my younger brother. All the lights were off, everything was good, it was like almost pitch black, almost. And, I look over to my left, because that's where her closet was. And in the closet were these 3 heads. Now, my mom's a hairdresser, so she has dummy heads to practice on their hair, braid it, color it, all that. And I see 3 heads inside of her closet, and they're kind of moving. I see them move a little bit, it's like a ghastly head, but you can make out the head. You can barely make out the features, like eyes, mouth, nose, and I saw 3 of them. So, as a 9-year-old, I'm scared. I'm like a deer in headlights. Like, I'm just staring at it for the longest time. Because when I was really young, I would just freeze. Obviously, I think most children do that. They just freeze. And I got up. There was sweat dripping down my back. I got up, and I was walking closer and closer. I don't know how I found the courage to do this. And as I was walking, it started to fade and fade until one head was exposed. Like, you could see one head. So I turned on the lights, and there was actually one dummy in the closet. In the whole closet, there was only one dummy. I know because I looked. It was so crazy, you guys. It was super, super crazy. I went back to the bed, turned around, facing, the door instead of the closet, and then, an hour or 2, I fell asleep after that. And then I had to wake up 6 in the morning, so I was, extremely tired. But, that was my first experience with a ghost, I guess I would say. A spiritual being, a whatever you guys want to call it. I'll just call it ghost. I had another incident, though, that kind of creeped me out a little more. It seemed fine until one night. There were 2 nights, but I'm going to talk about this one night. I was in my mom's room, and I fell asleep with her, because I was, 9 at the time. Because we moved that same year. All the lights were off. There are no windows in her room. Just a bathroom, her closet, and the door that leads outside of her room. I couldn't sleep because I've always been a restless sleeper. I've always had trouble sleeping. I was staring into the bathroom, and since she's a hairdresser, she had this brush that when you press the button, it turns to brush your hair, and she was charging it. So I saw a little red light there. And that's all I saw really in the room. There was nothing else. Everything was completely dark. So, as I was trying to fall asleep, there was this light. It started from the right side of the room. It kind of just, lit up or like this and started to get brighter and brighter. But it was bright, but it looked like a shape. Like an oval almost, or like a ball. And it looked like an oval when it was moving. But it moved from the right side of the room to the left side. It didn't move very quickly. As it was moving across the room, I understood that sometimes when you look into a light and then blink, obviously there's that little squiggle or that little light that kind of follows your eye. So what I did, and again, I don't know how I got the courage to actually think like this when I'm scared, but I did a little experiment at that moment, and I started blinking everywhere to see if that light would move to where my eye was moving, and it wasn't. It was just moving from one part of the room to the other, and then it was going towards my mom, because she was on the left side, and I was on the right side, so it was going towards her, and then it just disappeared, and then I was in shock for 30 minutes. I just laid there, just staring into nothingness, afraid to move. So I got the remote and turned on the TV. and as it, like, when it turned on, there was a scary trailer. I don't. All of this sounds like, I'm making it up, but I'm not. This is pure coincidence. So I turned it on, and there was of this girl, and there was a car coming towards her as if to crash into her, and then everything was burning up. I hope you guys like, share, subscribe. If you guys have any ghost stories or any stories of your own, just comment down below. Tell me about them. And until next time, the story time is concluded, and I will see you guys later. Bye.